video games, we have some of the most brilliant minds working on things. There were more scholarships given for esports than there were for tennis. Important to you is something that you can do in esports.
Hello everyone and hello world of esports. We are here today with Verta and thank you for your time today for this interview. I think that as our speaker on the We Summit, we'd love to introduce you to our audience. And firstly, you can start with introduction, a little bit about yourself. What are you doing? What are your goals? How long are you into esports?
So, I haven't been in esports very long. I am one of the co-founders and the Chief Innovation Officer at the gameHERs, and I founded that company. We launched in March of 2020. The last live thing we went to was PAX East, and then the whole entire world shut down. So we had a lot of ideas for what our company was going to do, and then just like so many people at that time, we shifted course a little bit, and I feel like the timing was really right. And so our whole purpose for existing is to center and elevate women, femme-identifying folks across the spectrum of all gender identities and expression, and just because within the space of esports and video games, women are there. We just don't see them on the screen enough, so thanks for you for being here, but we don't see them on the screen, we don't see them on the esports leagues making all of the money or making all the decisions. And so we're a for-purpose and for-profit company because it's really important to us that women get paid in this space. So that's a little bit about that. I don't know what else you asked me.
This is all about the company and your goals, but what are you specifically doing?
Yeah. So, well, what we have going on right now is we have, it's called the gameHERs Awards, and so we do an awards, this is the third year, where we want women to be nominated and femme-identifying folks, because there's all of these other award shows, but then you don't see us there.
Yep.
So we have that coming up. November is the finals. We just finished nominations, and now people are voting for the winners, so go to thegamers.com/awards, something like that, and find us there. So that's one of our initiatives that we're really excited about. The other thing that we do each year is we do professional boot camp, where it is a weekend of professional, powerful, boss women within the space, kind of just sharing their expertise and their knowledge, kind of like what the panels were like here, but the majority of, it's not all women, but the majority is 90% of those that are on the panels are women or non-binary folks, and we're really proud of that. And kind of similar to what Joni is doing with Wiki, it's just really ensuring that you can see yourself here, because there's a space for you here, right? And so we want to make sure that enough young people see, and enough young girls, young boys see that there's a space for them here. And so those are two things that I can remember. The flight was really long, so I'm gonna
Still jet lagged.
I was still a little bit jet lagged.
And about the boot camps,
Yeah.
you're including like team managers, leaders, players, like everyone that is included in the esports ecosystem.
Yeah. So I would say that we kind of look at who we touch is the video game industry at large, but then also, yes, esports, all of the people in there. So whether it's players, we are a space for all types of gamers.
The bigger picture.
The bigger picture,
yeah.
and then also all of the different careers that can exist within the space, right? And so we talked a little bit about that on the panel, but honestly, human resources, the marketing team, the social media team, the event planners, like literally, right? I am an event planner's worst nightmare because I missed my plane, I forgot what the panel interview was, like all those things, but those you need people that are going to help and support and make that happen within esports. And so I would say that we are not just for the competitive player gamer, we're for like that broader space.
For everyone, yeah.
For everyone.
That's really important because it's not just the players. Everyone else needs to be seen.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of women included in the esports world, and federations and also organizations, and yeah, kind of we are in the background, I guess.
Exactly, and that's what, we need to be on both sides, that's what we're working on, but yeah.
But we are getting there.
We are.
Yeah, because we actually this year we are starting and we are creating the first ever female CSGO championship. So we have players. The women from all around the world are having the chance to participate. So it's not just men. It's not the men's world. So here is like a lot of women also, and definitely a support initiative.
And I think people don't understand that it's not about excluding anyone. It's just that when you're together with women, you don't actually have to think about some of that other stuff that goes on. And that's a lot, right? I don't think people understand. Just, the most tired thing in a lobby is like, go make a sandwich. Like, honestly, I don't even want to hear that. And so when I know that I'm playing with a bunch of other like women or just people that want to support and elevate me, I'm not gonna have to worry about that or the other statements or, oh, you're a girl or whatever it is. And so then it just allows us to just play and play better. And so it's not, we don't want to exclude, but there's times right now, the way that the world is set up, we need those spaces where we can kind of be together.
Yeah. Are you playing games?
Badly? Badly. So I prefer indie games. So I stream on our Twitch channel. It's just comedy. So don't go there if you're looking for competitive anything, a lot of chit chatting or whatever. Right now, my favorite game is Never Alone. It's an indie game where there are two characters. It's kind of like a puzzle and you're just like figuring things out, but it's about the indigenous people to Alaska, and so they have these little videos that they teach you about the culture, and I'm just loving it.
So educational.
It's educational. I do play Apex badly, like I said, so that's one game that I just enjoy, but it's all about where my brain is at the time. You know, sometimes you want to play a game that's just going to calm me down.
Yeah,
Or
sometimes
like,
you're like nervous and you're okay, I'll play.
Exactly. But then you're like, no, I want to shoot somebody! And then you go to Apex, right? Like, you're like, I had such a day! So that's what that one is for. And then like I'll play with the community, like Among Us and different things like that. So I'm just a variety. I do a lot of different things, but just whatever moves me.
And what are you doing in your free time?
I'm a mom. They're much older though, so I don't have to do that much. And I have a puppy. He's 2.5. His name's Murphy. If you watch my stream, you'll see him from time to time. So that's literally takes up a whole lot of free time. Thank you to my sister, twin sister, who's home with Murphy right now. I'm a photographer, so I do photography, and I have a whole other company that I run that is, I go around to different companies and we do anti-racism and anti-oppression work.
And what is the most challenging part? Because you're all around, I can say, and photographer at a company in esports and video games. What is most challenging for you? What is like the most important thing?
So I think at different stages in my life, different things were challenging, and it's understanding that I can't do everything at every time. But now, like I said, my children are a little bit older, so I can do like these different multiple things. I can, get on a plane for 25 hours and come to Korea and not feel so hard. I think that the one thing that I've learned that was a challenge is that it's not about balance. Things can't be equal. It's about being fulfilled in my life. And so sometimes I'm going to do a lot of things that have to do with work. When my children were little, I did all the things, I was like class mom, did all those things, which meant that I couldn't go and start 2 companies. I had to like figure that out. So it's about being fulfilled. And right now I think what's hard is, I'm just a really nice person. And so sometimes when you start something, you're always going to have people that are not so nice to you sometimes. And that's really hard for me. Haters.
So the communication and the people.
Yeah, sometimes that can be really hard. What I will say though is that there's such a small percentage, and we have just amazing community. I really love people within the space, esports, within video games. I think that just really open and really want to solve problems together and really have fun, and that's really what it should be about. So when it's not fun, then you shouldn't really, it's games. It's supposed to be fun, right?
Yeah. And what is like the most interesting thing that happened throughout your history and experience, work related?
Oh my gosh.
It's not just esports, but work related.
Oh. I think that like the first thing that comes to mind is when you run a company, when you're working in business, right? The hard things are like letting people go. That's really, really hard. So the first time I ever had to fire someone was so hard for me. It was the right thing to do, but this is someone's job, and they had like children and a family and all that, so that was really hard. And then I'm actually really, really good at hiring, so I get like the best people like 97% of the time, but that 1 3%. So one time I had to escort someone out with security. Oh my gosh, it was horrifying, and I felt so bad, but I had to get security. Who does that? So that was really, really challenging. And I was a principal of an elementary school. And so I was a principal of an arts elementary school, and the thing that I say about that job that was really hard is I loved the families, I loved the students, but as the principal, and this I think is in business or whatever you do, if you're the person that is kind of in charge, you know all of the hard things, right? So like people get to see all the beautiful things that happen at a school and our performances, but then there are the sad things that are going on with families or things like that can be really hard. So that's challenging, is to hold on to some of those hard things while still being able to like lead a situation. So I think those are some
holding up the emotions here and getting like the leadership skills.
It's hard. It's a lot. It's a lot to carry. So it's important to have people in your life that you you can talk to or that are there to support you and help you as well.
Yeah, definitely. But sometimes it comes with the job, so
It does.
you need to do.
You do.
Yep.
Yeah, suck it up.
And what is your next challenge that you have in mind to do?
What's my next big challenge?
Yeah. Are you planning something else to do?
World domination? No, I'm just joking. Not world domination. Well, I think that this was a big thing for me coming to even Busan, right? Because this is, if you had said to me 2 years ago, you're going to go to this conference in Korea, you're going to travel by yourself there, you don't speak the language at all, I'm still working on hello and thank you, and you're going to speak on a panel, and you're going to get interviewed, I'd be like, it's going to be about esports, I would have been like, no way is that happening. And so I just feel like this is my next thing is I want to go around the world and talk to more people around the world and break barriers and kind of be a representative, right? And I said it on the panel today as a Black woman in the space. There are so many Black women doing amazing things in gaming, and I want to bring more of them along and see them up on the stage too. So that's my next big thing.
This is the first time speaking on a summit or a conference?
No.
Or you're doing it
I do it a good amount, but this is the first time in Korea. And this is my first international summit. So I've done more speaking in the US, and so yeah.
So we can see each other next year once
Yay!
again.
See each other next year! Absolutely.
And last but not least, what is your advice for all the girls out there in the esports system?
You are your special sauce. There is no one like you in the world, and you have to understand that literally is the secret and the gift. That all the things that you want to do, you can find a way to do them in different parts of your life, and don't let anyone take that away from you.
Thank you very much, Verta.
Thank you.
Thank you for your
So
time.
fun.